I've never owned a GoPro camera in my life, especially not an old GoPro camera. So in this video I will be comparing the GoPro HERO 6 with, well, the DJI Osmo Action 4 and see how much this is better than this. Or is it? Now, in terms of the settings on both cameras, I'll be shooting with a flat picture profile, 4K 25 frames per second, and I'm pretty sure that the DJI Osmo Action 4 is going to be wider than this, although this does have the super view, but it's really distorted, so I don't want to use that because I want to make the images look, well, as normal as I can. Wide angle, but still normal, something that could be used for, let's say, vlogging. Okay, now let's do like a vlogging test. So the sound you're hearing is straight from the camera. So this is DJI Osmo Action 4 sound, and this is the GoPro HERO 6 sound. And I'm walking with the cameras, and well, let's see how the stabilization works. So here you are, you're looking at yourself, guys. Anyway, could this be used for vlogging? I mean, I know that action cameras are struggling with, keeping the subject in focus because they focus, well, behind me somewhere, and I'm curious to see how much the GoPro HERO 6 is going to be sharper because it has a smaller sensor, and this, since it has a bigger sensor, it's probably going to make me a little bit blurry, but we can always fix that in post, like this. Now, one of the things I'll also be looking at is the dynamic range of both of these cameras. Now, since the DJI Osmo Action 4 is much newer than the HERO 6 from GoPro, I'm expecting that this, which has a 1/1.3 inch sensor, is going to be way better than the GoPro HERO 6, which has that 1/2.3 or 2.7 inch sensor. So this has twice the sensor size compared to the HERO 6. For the stabilization test, I'm gonna use Alex here with both cameras in his hand, and he will be running around that well over there and then coming back. So 3, 2, 1, let's wait for the cameras to start up. 3, 2, 1, go! Run smoothly! Having an assistant like this is always useful. Yeah. Oh wow, he's really shaking it. He's really shaking the cameras. Thanks, Alex. Now, one thing that I'm curious about the GoPro HERO 6 is its slow motion capabilities. I honestly don't know how much slow motion I can get out of this camera, so let's check it. 4K is the resolution, and in 4K I can go all the way up to just 50 frames per second. So 4K 50 is max. Now on the Osmo Action 4 I can actually go to 4K 120 frames per second, and it looks something like this, which is quite good and quite high quality. If I go to 2.7K I can shoot at 100 frames per second, and in 1080p I can go all the way up to 200 frames per second. So I'll be trying the 200 frame per second 1080p and the 2.7K 100 frames per second, and I'll be comparing that to well, this guy, 4K 100 frames per second. And well, you guys are seeing the comparisons. Let me know down in the comments which one looks better. I mean, I'm guessing the Osmo Action 4 is gonna be better. Okay, so some final thoughts on this topic. Should you upgrade your old action camera to a new one, or is this good enough? Now, looking purely at the video quality, I don't think that this is such a big upgrade. I mean, it is higher dynamic range and you get 10-bit colors and you can do a whole bunch of color grading, because this is just an 8-bit video file, so that's an upgrade. The second very noticeable one is the stabilization. I mean, the GoPro HERO 6 practically has no stabilization compared to the newer cameras like the DJI Action 4 or like the Insta360 Ace Pro or the newer GoPro HERO cameras. So if you want to do action shots, then it's kind of a no-brainer. And even for vlogging like this, I mean, even though I was a bit sharper on this camera, this just, you know, the stabilization here just outperforms this old GoPro. And one more thing that I have to mention is the attachments. Now here you need a case in order to attach the camera with a thumb screw system that GoPro had. Luckily with the Hero 13 they have now the magnetic mount, and well, the Action 4 and the Insta360 Ace Pro, and as I said, even the newer GoPro cameras have a magnetic quick mounting system, and this is really a game changer. And the final thing is the battery life. Now I haven't tested the battery life on this, but I'm pretty sure it's less than half of what this thing does. Newer action cameras now can go up to 2 hours, and the really new cameras can go allegedly up to 4 hours. And this, I think if I can film like with 1.5 hour, yeah, probably not, because it's also an older battery. So there you have it. I hope you found some interesting thoughts in this video. If you did like it, hit the like button for the algorithm. It really helps. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, leave a comment down below. And if you want to watch last week's video, then click on this one over here. Thank you, and I'll see you in this one. Bye bye.